All right, let's go. Cheers, everyone. Today's drink it's coffee, but with bourbon in it. A bit of bourbon, but I think I put too much. Yeah, it's okay. Hmm. It's good. It helps keeping myself warm. It's okay today. It's just -9, but it's gonna get there's like a there's like a some kind of, well, it's a special bulletin, and it's gonna get cold, like minus 29 here, like in, yeah. So I'm sort of like, I guess I'm preloading. I'm preloading for that moment, I guess. Or it's okay just to drink coffee with bourbon anyway. Hey, what's up, Last EP? How are you? Yeah, today I'm kind of in a mood for like sound design sessions. 25 degrees Celsius. Oh, it's hey, so it's early and it's already 25. Hmm. Yeah. And yeah, I'm kind of in a mood for sound design sessions lately, and yeah, I really like it, and I've been enjoying Pigments a lot. I like, as somebody asked lately, what are my favorite synths? Like right now in the moment, and it's definitely Pigments and Phase Plan. Um, they are very similar, but for some reason, like lately, I'm just buzzing a bit more on Pigments in terms of these type of sound design sessions. But I guess the sweetest combo is like some Pigments action, and then you post process stuff with multipass and with the kilohertz ecosystem. But yeah, I did a session inside Faceplant not so long ago, and it was like vintage synths. But yeah, lo-fi. So we're it's low. It's like lo-fi hip hop, lo-fi something. It's like that aesthetic where it's like how do but I'm sort of like, I want to describe it, but lo-fi music meaning, because obviously there's lo-fi hip hop, quality in which element usually regarded as imperfection in the context of recording. Yeah, so it really does play on that falsely sloppy, but it's like sloppy and imperfect, but in a fashionably way, fashionable way. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And in the end, those low file styles, I can't. I've did that so many times, just like sourcing actual lo-fi samples, stuff that is meant for lo-fi hip hop, and then just putting it inside side trance or techno. Obviously not the drums, but any like stuff that is regarded as a synth or anything. The art of spending thousand OD and then make it sound rough. $1,000. Yeah, but there's something really cool about it. Honestly, about that aesthetic, and I think sometimes from what I've heard, there's some psychedelic techno, and even some side dub, Sybian, that you can easily draw some elements of lo-fi. So let's get to it right now. What I'm gonna do, there's something I've been enjoying a lot. Okay, in just not just in Pigments, but there's a technique I've been using a lot. So I'm drawing from the Prophecy analog style wavetables. Link is in the description. But these are meant to be wavetables, and they are great at what they've been designed to do. But there's something really cool is that if you take the file and you drop it inside the sampler, or I would say the sample, but it's not just like a sampler, but a sample engine of of pigments, something really cool happens. Well, there's two types of wavetables. There's some that, depending on how they've been built, this one you'll see we can't do much about it because it's like one frame. But we're looking for some wavetables that involve a bit of a bigger snap. This is not still not good, but don't worry, there is for sure. Um, yeah, that's it. So we're looking for stuff like this, and also we're gonna make some samples, but I would say more source material that we're gonna reuse later. But like I said, you can already use some of the stuff like this. So if you play it, this is what happens. You'll see how it sounds. So what happens first is that it's it sounds very low, and at first you might think that it is not fit for what we're trying to do, right? But don't get fooled by this. What we're gonna do, we're gonna make it fit. So since it sounds like this because it's actually it's like the signature sound of a wavetable. That's what it is. It's the wave file of a wavetable, right? So, but we're gonna make it do what we want to do. So first, we're gonna get a tuner. So whenever you do these type of things, you need to actually make sure it's in tune. Otherwise, it's gonna fudge off everything you're gonna attempt. It's like it's like working in construction, and your stuff is not aligned. It's gonna be bad. So I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna detach it. So it's a tuner, right? And I'm gonna route this. And why? I should be getting some kind of reading here. All right, so it was just like very low. So I'll show you. I already know because I've done that in the past. I already know like wavetable. They tend to be they have a certain tuning. But first, whenever you hit C on your keyboard, you want the C to correspond to the C note. So that's like the first thing. Okay, all right. So I tuned it to C, but you can see that it's not. It's like minus 23% off in terms of tuning. So we're gonna get that right too. Hey, what's up, Dash? I kind of I did not say yo because I was not streaming yet, but what's up? Um, Nice to see you around here. Also, Last EP as always. Yeah. Sort of said it in my head, and whenever the stream kicked in, I just kind of forgot to say hi. Yeah, so we're gonna tune that right. Nice, nice, nice. We're fairly good with this. Now we are tuned in. So what we use is good. Actually, we could. I'm right now. I'm like in my center notes. It's fair enough, and if you would like the sample to sound a bit higher, you can always like go to F0. So the same note I was hitting now, it sound a bit higher. Okay, so now we are tuned up. The idea, especially there's from here there's many things we can do, but since we're going on the lo-fi kind of approach, I'm gonna make a loop, and I kind of want the loop to be noticeable a bit. Well, if I was not on a lo-fi approach, I would just go more for a seamless loop. But since it's lo-fi kind of stuff, I really don't care about the loop being a bit like lazily, and you'll see. All right, so one thing, start. Yeah, one thing that is sadly, it's not possible. In Pigments, you cannot change the size of the loop while you're in it. While inside Facepaint, you can. Um, so you have much more control on it. But still, we're good for that. So yeah, now maybe you see a bit more what I mean. We kind of have this loop bouncing around. And what I'm gonna do is now we're gonna do something that is like super typical of lo-fi, and most of the time this is done using some kind of external vinyl effect, wow effect, flutter effect. But we can induce this definitely inside the synth, and I'm gonna get, of course, an LFO. I'm gonna put it on the fine pitch, and it's not uh it's all fine, because like we just tuned the sample, and you could be like, but wait, we're gonna just like change the tuning. But it doesn't really matter, since this is bipolar, and we knocked the center correctly. So it's not really like it's not a problem at all if we play with the pitch. The idea is it's gonna sound good, fashionably good, because in the end the center is gonna be good. It's gonna be well tuned. So I'm just gonna start with an LFO. Possibly also might go with something more random, but we'll start with the sine LFO. And at this stage, we'll need a bit of reverb. But the thing with the lo-fi stuff versus, let's say, like trancey stuff, it's not really the same approach on reverb. Um, and also, I would say even synthwave, it's a bit like the reverb is more open. You know, um, it's much more open, and yeah. So just I want to get that right here. It's much more like big, huge. While or with for the aesthetic we're going, we're gonna choke it a bit more, but still there's gonna be reverb. So far the LFO so far is good. Like I don't feel the need to change it. Um, yeah, we're getting there for sure with this one. Uh, might change. I might swap the filter though. I'm gonna swap the filter to something a bit more colorful, either the MS-20 or the Mini. Oh, one other thing, I definitely want the LFO to be free running, not retriggering. It's gonna add to the like random feel. Yeah. As so another thing, actually, for this this one, I kind of feel sometimes I like to layer two sounds, like two engines, but for this one, I feel like only one layer so far is good. So what I'm gonna do? There's a super cool pack from Music Radar, which is free, and it's like literally called Noise and Crackles. So we're talking about tape noise. So obviously we'll get that right there. We will just on the high pass. We're just gonna get rid of it of from the get rid of the low frequencies that we don't really need. We kind of want to blend it with the rest of the sound. And of course, same thing. We don't have to tune anything because it's a noise, but we're gonna loop it up for sure because we want it to sustain. Sounds like the 20th Century Space Odyssey opening sound. Nice. Yeah, it does. It does sound a lot from. Well, if I remember correctly, anomaly. Fragile. I don't recall. I know. Because the idea with these wavetables was not to like necessarily like name drop some companies, although people don't seem to really care about like copyrights or anything. But I don't recall anomaly was which synth exactly, but it might be the Yamaha CS80. Hey, what's up, Cider? Might be the Yamaha CS80. Actually, it does sound like the Yamaha CS80, but yeah. So it means we're on the right track. But we'll put just tiny bit of sloppiness to it, tiny bit more sloppiness. And maybe what is cool. So, oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do that we can do. And what is super nice, the thing is, Arturia, they added super unison, which is many cool. Is many cool. It's very cool for many reasons. Yes, many cool. Um, and yeah, so the idea with the super unison. So let's say you before that you wanted unison, right? You kind of needed to just put unison right here on your source, while right now but on the shaper mode, right? But there's like chord, which is super interesting. There's super unison. There's the modulation. So you kind of needed to sacrifice like either you go with the unison or not, right? But now, since I can kind of compensate and have it here, which I will do, I can go here and get something like chord. So far, I think this one kind of fits the more like the lo-fi vibe more. You're kind of going for something nostalgic, but something that it will you don't want to feel like threatened. And what I'll do is I'll get a macro here. So, I by default it's just one note, and if we want we can trigger the chordation the chordization process progress. Flawless English today. But yeah, and super unison is just, let's just verify that, pay attention to that. Yeah, I think we're pretty much done with this one. The thing is, like, I'm really going sound designer, full on sound designer with this one. So, but we're pretty much done with the sound. Now it's just like kind of giving just small details and opportunity to whoever is using the preset. But before we go to the next one, man, I spent 4 hours in the car park waiting for my wife and producing with my MPC, with the MPC. Hey, yeah, it sounds like something positive. What you producing? Were you producing Citrons? Hey, I'm not making lo-fi beats per se. I'm making lo-fi synths. So, but I might end up, sequencing some kind of lo-fi techno later. But so far, I'm really like just crafting some lo-fi presets and commenting a lot on them for entertaining and educational purposes. But yeah, the only last thing would be maybe a chorus. I think a chorus is not like, I think it belongs there. So let's see. Let me know. Do you think it needs even more like pitch wobbly? Maybe also that. I think I'll just I'll set it up optional, right? Okay, so in order to do that, we have this modulator right here. So we have I have this, and can I I know how to do it, but I was looking for some kind of like a sidechain macro one. So now, okay, so wait. Oh, I don't have the right one. Just wait. So this is LFO one. So this doesn't. I want no sidechain for that. Yeah. Like I think I spoke about this just before we came in, but lo-fi is more than usable in Psy, definitely. Um, Okay, or you're asking, is lo-fi usable inside? Yeah, for sure. I've used I use I some lo-fi samples in Psytrance track multiple times, either for resampling or just like straight up some sort of, well, never put as is, but most of the time like you can generate some nice atmospheres. Always stop it. Well, it is. I always thought it as a hip hop kind of flavor. Depends for sure. Forget about the drums. The drums, they will sound super hip hop, but like for example, just don't want to necessarily like make um, showcase of the Ghost X samples or whatever, but I think I do have some. I think I don't have them anymore, but I have drum hero. Do I have secret vocal notes? I don't. I don't have them. Sorry. I wanted to. I think I had one in the past. about lo-fi stuff, but yeah, it's like super usable in psytrance, and that's a really good way to either get inspiration and just sound different, right? But and since this is synths, it's even more like widely usable. You can I'm gonna use that inside techno and psydub. For all this, it's definitely usable. But yeah, what I wanted to do go back is so okay, so it's not LFO1, LFO2. LFO2 is filter cutoff. Oh, it's LFO1. Okay, engine, fine. So now I want to put macro one as sidechain, and now as you can see, it's unactive. And I'm gonna, but what I want to do, hmm, and if I go, is I want it to be a bit active by default, which I think is the case now, and super active. Yeah, okay, that's exactly what. Hopefully, everybody follow what was going on here. It's really so. What I did is with the macro one. That's how you program some kind of Well, so there's many ways to program a macro and many uses, but in this case, I wanted the preset to open up like with a bit of wobble, but now we can like flutter max. So now whenever you give that to a user, you can like push if you listen and see carefully here, you have a bit of wobble, but if you put flutter to the max, now we have a super huge course of action. So depending on taste, you can either go just a bit flutter or like full on fluttery fluffy fluffer, you know and what macro 4 is actually what it is. It's fxb dry wet, so yeah, it's chorus. So I just need to rename that properly, and now we're all set to save that. I'm gonna make a new bank that's going to be called lo-fi, and I'm just gonna say that as synth1, and I'm gonna rename them properly later. So boom, we're set for the first one. Now, okay, now I can do a bunch of synths like this. I think I'll just do one more like this, and then or maybe, oh yeah, let's have fun. I'm gonna go for some kind of weird pluck, but it's hard because you want the thing with lo-fi and with that aesthetic is like you want to destroy and make it like imperfect, but it's a thin line between just things sounding like horrible, and with the difference between that and just a bit of fluffiness and imperfection. So I think with this one I'll go let's attempt to make a pluck, and I'm gonna go inside the various folder where we are inside the prophecy analog style wavetables. This is that's it. It's available. The link is in the description. It's on Fractal Sounds, and yeah, the idea with these is they are wavetables, but I've been using them as samples or loop sources. I already did that in the past, but I think there's some new people in the stream, so I'm gonna say it again quickly. But yeah, if you load a wavetable like this, you can see that's just a single frame because that looks like a wave, so it's not usable. But but this, you can see that this is a couple of second kind of piece of audio, and surely this will be loopable. Let's see if it fits what we need, but should be because it's like analog style sources. Not bad, slightly too crunchy. Yeah, okay, so this is the various folder. Let's go back into like maybe more like saw wave territory. Yeah, that could work. That's like saw wave and a bit like fatty. And I think with this one, Gonna go. Yeah, no, never mind. Let's go with square waves. Square waves, because I'm really looking for that. That's like sound design 101, but the better your source, the just the better, the easier it will be to achieve what you want to do in the end. All right, let's try with this one. And what we can do is, if in the end it's not a good fit, so I know it's like F0. If you're wondering like what the hell is going on here, you can go back through the beginning of the stream, and let's all explain that. I'm just not gonna explain it every time. I'm gonna go and tune that to correct pitch. Yeah, I have the feeling it's gonna be good. Um, let's go 110. And you know what? Like another example of like how, like I think I'm talking about that often, but like limitations in style. It's like if a pack is for melodic techno, if you think it's just for melodic techno, you're definitely missing out on some stuff. And same thing for lo-fi. Like you could be missing out on some really amazing sound. And I don't know if you know a bit more like the mid-tempo electro lately. Like it's big, like with res and that kind of stuff. It's another trend for bass music, but uh there's some type of synths that can really reflect on the lo-fi stuff here. So yeah, that's it's still usable there. Now what I want to do, I'm just gonna make a small sequence, or maybe I can use the sequencer, but I don't think, we'll see. I want to make a sequence before I'm gonna craft the preset actually. Nah, no. So yeah, that's what I thought. But pigment sequencer is good for some kind of stuff, but not for that kind of stuff I want to do. So I'm just gonna, before, like I said, before I'm really crafting this preset, just gonna get myself a little sequence in order to just be able to make something with it. Just gonna also put a bit of a filtering there, just just to not work with Casio sound. Okay, not bad, but it's just good enough. Just some kind of loop for in order to work. And now let's make this one dirty. Let's put it lo-fi. Might be just a tiny too creepy kind of thing for lo-fi lo-fi hip hop. It's a bit, but I mean more like the sequence, not the aesthetic. But so far, I think the synth part of the sound is good. You know what? I might try to get that. Put this sort of dreamy, weirdy, quirky riff in a techno lo-fi ish techno track. Okay, another thing though is I forgot to loop this thing. Well, actually, it's looping, but I might. Yeah, I want this to loop like. I don't know if you hear, but there's actually some kind of dirt in the sound. It's a just super subtle dirt, but it's okay because it's lo-fi. Now do I put maybe yeah? Do I go back with the kind of tape thing? Yeah, we just want a bit of like we don't want the vinyl crackle to like overpower stuff, but let's loop that too. It's just a bit too again. It's too slight. It's not dirty enough. We just need to push a bit more the lo-fi factor of it. I think I'm gonna yeah. We are in the details definitely, but it's I have a hard time not going like too intensively into details, but I think I'm just gonna add a layer of click, but again, that we don't want anything to overpower, but some kind of just a bit of snappy layer. Mwah, now it's flawless. Yeah, definitely. Maybe too much. Yeah. Yeah, now it's good. Yeah. Okay, and like I said, I think now it's time to make yeah, let's sequence that into techno ish. It's gonna be hard, but so yeah, lo-fi techno, it's a thing. Yeah, it's a thing. So that's plug, I guess. But it's plug, but yeah, again, there's that lazy, that lazy attack on the filter, that, and there's this wobble that really contributes to, lo-fi being lo-fi. Um, the thing, let's try that at 124, and let's try also to mount that on a psychedelic techno frame. So yeah, hopefully I'm not pissing off the lo-fi gods, because it's not only hip hop, it's lo-fi synths. Gonna get the Psytech Kick series from Fractal Sounds. Oh, yeah, that's exactly the one I need. Think I'm gonna change the riff though to something a bit more creepy. Not creepy, but something a bit more bizarre and psychedelic. Ape cider, they are not well, of course, like in kick, are they can have some kind of tuning. These are not, there's no mention of any tuning. um and they're not necessarily, they're not made in, like, I've made some in the past that were very like tuned, but uh for Psytech and the techno approach, I felt like with going something that is not tuned, and just providing nice quality kicks, and leave the user the liberty to see if the kick fits with the kick and bass synergy, especially sometimes like some Psytech some Psytech tracks and bassline. The bassline can be very atonal, or sometimes slide in pitch. So yeah, I didn't feel the need to really put something specifically tuned. Although I have the kick 2 presets. I might eventually release the pack, and with this you'll have access to like tuning, obviously. But yeah, they're not tuned. um yeah, I like the little riff so far. Let's see if I can. I think I could put a bit more chorus and making it a bit more fly. Nice. Okay. I'm gonna save that. Save as. It's gonna be. It's gonna be. I'm gonna save that in the main folder, and it's gonna be lo-fi techno. Great, great, great. So now baseline, baseline, baseline. For this we're gonna make a bass, like lo-fi bass. And yeah, how can we make a lo-fi bass? Let's try to make something that is like slidey. And for this one, I think I'm gonna go with hey Siliconics, what's up? Hey, I've been using not you, but I've been listening to Fringe all week long. So thank you for that. I think it's better to say it here than to write. Take time to write you. So sometimes it's like taking time to go through message, but I take the opportunity to thank you. Yeah, it's Fringe madness here. So I'm gonna I'm gonna pick some kind of sample that I'm gonna use for the bass line. Oh my, sorry, I could have muted the mic just for that, but okay. So I found that, which we're having fun, we're experimenting. It's totally not something that would usually go for bass line. Hope you get some nice vocal samples on it. I actually, well, I already did in the past. I have a my collaboration with Eddie Bitar, and it's there's a sample of Walter. But yeah, I like couple of times I took some notes. I didn't actually sampled it yet, but I take some notes about there's but you know how it is. It's like almost every sentence could end up in a psytrance track. So, but yeah, there's some really cool stuff in there. Okay, so let's tune that once again. But yeah, I'm gonna attempt to make a bass line out of this. And but yeah, just so everyone knows, it's not something usual, but I'm all about the stuff that is not usual. And also all the what is cool about Psytech, what I like about Psytech is that it's kind of open-minded for the kind of stuff you can put there. Just for the other people here, it's the TV show French. Yes, sorry, sometimes I tend to not be inclusive, but long story short, Siliconics helped me get my hands on season 2 of Fringe. I usually watch them on the Microsoft Store, like just on my Xbox. But for some reason that is beyond me, the season 2 was I only available for me in French, which, believe it or not, like even though French is my first language, when you listen to TV shows, if it's a French one, of course you know if people are speaking French primarily, you want it to hear in French. But the TV shows like French, and I honestly like whatever Breaking Bad, and just I could just name drop a couple thousands of TV shows, but any series that is like or Stranger Things, whatever, any TV show, I prefer it to listen to it in English. Otherwise, it's being there's like a translation, and the translation sounds super cheesy, and it's not the same. It's not even the same French as exactly as I speak. It's like a French from France, and it sounds super just odd. So yeah, Siliconics kind of saved me from like the burden of watching Fringe season 2 in French, basically. So yeah, that's the whole story. So thanks to him, my mental sanity is now intact. Yeah, Fringe has more than it has a couple, at least 5, I think, or something like 5. But and the even weirder thing is like if you go on the Microsoft Store, there's like the season 3. It's available in English, but for I don't know reason that the season 2 only in French on the Microsoft Store. To me, again, there might be some kind of restriction, but yeah, he gave up after a few. But yeah, it's man, it's I like it. I like the show very very much. It's the same guy who did Lost, and also on a what's the other one uh with the Far West one. uh oh, don't tell the end though. Don't spoil anything, but I like Walter. But you know the Westworld, that's the other show he's doing. So far I know what he's done is like Westworld and Lost and Fringe, but it probably has other stuff he did. Gigi Abrams, yeah. Walter Bishop, not the Walter White. Yes, it's this the dude from the fire crazy fire tower dude from Lord of the Ring. I love this actor is really good. Yeah, yeah, that I know. You know the two universe thing. It's kind of revealed early in the season in the show. But I think like back in the days, I watched like up until maybe season 3, but it's been too long. Like I started watching it back lately. Don't worry, I'm just gonna sequence the baseline, and now I'm gonna try to make it a bit more lo-fi ish. But you know, there's this the fact that it's looping already gives a bit of odd vibe. And you know what? Maybe not everything has to be done inside Pigments. Maybe I'll try to some kind of add some kind of wobble after it. Leaves fringe chat. Yeah. Mm. It's a good show. Have you watched Westworld? I don't what Westworld. I think I'm up to no. Am I up to date? But I don't think like Westworld. I have some fun, but I think sometimes what happens with me and TV shows is like I like them. I watch all of them, but now I'm at a point where like I'm not up to date with the. I need to wait for another season, and then I never listen to it again. Like with Game of Thrones, that's what happened. I was like, the season after the wedding thing. I was like up to date, and I needed to wait, and I never started listening back. And I'm actually very okay with this. But I think Westworld. I'm currently like looking at. I think Westworld. It's similar thing that happened. How many seasons are they? Like release episodes? There's 4 seasons. Like yeah, I think I think I'm not. I think that's what happened with this as well. Oh, it's good. Let's sequence that. Okay, so I'm aware that the this right here kind of makes it a bit odd, but I want to play on that. I want to emphasize that, and I want to see like if I can creatively do that. And I want to lo-fi it, the bass more with some pitch stuff. I do need to put some kind of sign layer to make it the really thick. I think I can put it inside lo-fi called drunk. Yeah, it's like pre-drunk music, drunk techno. Um, yeah, I think that's a proper definition. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can blend a sign layer into it to just make things a bit more subby. Westworld has a new season like less than a year ago. Oh, okay. I should check it out. It was good. It was good, but I think like it was not easy to access. I'm kind of a bit lazy for TV shows. Like if I have to jump through too much hurdles, I just give up. Especially in like I was much more motivated back in the days, but now with Netflix and everything, like, and especially I like to watch my stuff on my TV, and I have my Xbox, and I don't like plugging anything else, and all that kind of stuff. Like I'm morphing into a boomer a bit, but I'm fine with it. There's a boomerization process going on. But yeah, that's why I really appreciate what Siliconics did with the fringe fringe stuff. It's like it's easy peasy. Okay, I think I'm gonna go instead of a pitch wobble. I'm gonna go with the pitch slide. So I'm gonna get function one thing I don't like much though, and I'm gonna put like some good points on faceplant is what they added, especially for, and maybe I'm missing something inside Pigments, but I don't think I do. So let's say you're inside, but today's theme is Pigments, so I'm gonna stick in Pigments, but I want to give a positive shout out to faceplant. So let's say for some reason you want a pitch slide, right? And but you don't want a pitch slide. You don't want your pitch slide to end up in a very like weird place, or a place that doesn't make sense in term musically. So let's say, but you can enter like minus 24. So you enter the destination value. So you have it in pitch, you know. So you have yeah, it's not just in a like weird modulation value, which I think sadly is the case right now, because like, so this is 0.25, but really what does that mean? It's like it goes to this goes from 0 to 36. So like, what, I have to freaking do math in order to like end up exactly where I want in terms of pitch, right? You get what I mean? uh Maybe I'm missing some mathematical formula, but the thing is like, yeah, that I don't like much. But let's see if I can do some kind of pitch slide on the baseline. That could be cool. Not doesn't sound so good. It can sound really good, yeah, when you're working on with saw waves, but in this case, doesn't sound really good. Let's see. Super curious about. Let's see if we lower this in terms of octave. No, because of the nature, but of the nature of it. But let's see. Just as a comparison, if we go and get some kind of, you know, uh, just for example, we can, let's see if we can get something nice. I don't know if it rings familiar to you, but this has been done in SciTech so far. But with the nature of this one, I think it's gonna make a better baseline if we don't go for a pitch slide, but rather maybe just a pitch instability. Okay. I think now we kind of we're in somewhere in terms for that baseline. I feel it's satisfying enough for me. Now I'm gonna get a clap, and I think I'm gonna go full on just vinyl crackle, like, it's lo-fi after all. And then after, I'm gonna kind of go back a bit to more preset creation. Uh, Crackle on the master, I could, but the thing with this, I have like more power, or more power. I have more control over it. More. I can blend it better. Yo, I'm feeling this. I'm. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling it. Sorry, this is really cool. I had no idea lo-fi, low if techno can be so nice. Low if you know it's okay. It's if it's good, it's good. Just kidding. Don't. Yeah, it's oh, well, I'm glad you think it's cool too, because I think it's cool, and it has, yeah. Oh, it's these little moments of, producing, and you know to be like super honest, like I've had a hard time, I'd say, in past years, like easily 1 year or two, is just on the, not that I have a hard time being creative, but it's like I kind of got bored with the psytrance and the music and everything. But these little moments like this, when there's something fresh and something creative, and that's really nice. I like these. It sounds good. We're gonna go back to see if we can nail some kind of synth, another synth, maybe if it's usable, or some kind of atmosphere inside Pigments, Atmo. And let's bring this up. I'm gonna get rid of Faceplant for now, although it's super 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 good plugin. Gonna stream on Faceplant eventually soon. I got some stuff planned. And yeah, let's see what we can do atmosphere wise, or if you have requests, let me know. Ah, man, the vibe is there. The vibe is so there. Okay, now, yeah, I think the idea would be to get some kind of sloppy atmosphere, trippy-ish. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'll have to tune this up though. Okay, so I was about to attempt some stuff to make it pop outside of Pigments, but there's definitely some stuff we can do inside Pigments to make it pop. For example, multiband. It's a bit intense. It's a bit too present though. Like I think it needs more. Not sure about the. Whoa. Not sure about the. That's the plug though. Not sure about the delay. It's a bit too intense. Does Pigments add some sort of phase dispersion? You mean like a disperser? I don't think it does. Or if I don't know if you're talking about that or something else. I like how this sounds so far. I'm gonna go and get something else. In Okay, so I've been working on a pack for House of Loop, and it's a pack actually for it's meant to be for progressive trance, like almost like Anjuna beats and stuff. But once again, folks, I have it here, and I know like the drums, there's some drum loops there, especially hat loops. I'm sure it's gonna fit marvelously in this track. So don't get fooled by the genres. There's a lot of stuff that is compatible. Dispersion, I don't think, no. Yeah, I wouldn't know if there is. This one's a bit too full in some ways. Let's track this one, hats. Yeah, it's cool. This I'm gonna keep this kind of thing. I'm gonna keep it. Although eventually it's gonna have to be mixed and placed properly. Now I think I'm gonna go with another lead that's gonna layer on top of this. But also we're gonna automate that, and eventually we're gonna build to something. So yeah, for this kind of psychedelic techno, we really wanna keep so that's why I EQ'd some of the hi-hat loops. Like, you really want to keep that top end open as much as possible. And yeah, basically now that's where we're gonna layer this pattern. That could be renamed actually. That's like riff or riff layer 2. We need a second layer for that to make it thicker. Power layering, that's something you already do, hopefully. So that's okay. So I'm gonna save that as some kind of lo-fi retrig. Gonna take care of this later. Gonna get another pigments. Wow. Okay, now I did use a lot of the analog style wavetables, the prophecy. Um, it's good, but I've been working a lot with this, and I kind of want to change and stir things up a bit. So what I'm gonna do is there's some retro out samples by Music Radar. They are free. I'm gonna use super cool stuff by Music Radar. Sadly, as a retro. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can get something lo-fi-ish with that. Well, once again, we'll need to tune this one. Is as far tune as far as tuning can go. Well. As you can see, the tuner is having a rough time, which I totally understand why. So we can see we're kind of tuned because when we add the sine wave, it kind of makes sound. It kind of makes sound. Yeah, it makes sense whenever we add the sine wave. I don't know if you hear. I'm sure you hear, but I don't know why. But bringing in the unison is it's creating big clicks, which I don't. Oh, okay. Wait, that should be it. But I do like the glassy nature of it a lot. Okay, so the idea is now we have some kind of. Can I save that? That's super cool. And the idea is to create a momentum here. We want some something that drag. I think I'm probably going to stretch the gives that a lot of release, so it's gonna flood the just flood the environment, but we need a controlled flood. Whoa. Yeah, that's something good. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good. I like I like it so far where it went. Um, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back inside Pigments into pre-saturation mode. I think I'm gonna leave the track there at this stage, and I'm gonna go for just create another preset. That's a really cool gold mine actually of good stuff here that we can use as granular source. I'm working also on some of my own granular source. Stay tuned. Is gonna be a pack eventually. Good granular sources. Oh my god, it's gonna be the drop. Oh my god. My god, it's gonna be the drop. Such an cool idea. It's gonna be the drop. And now I need to tune it, as always. Oh, it's gonna be so sick. Yeah, once again, when we have it beside the sine wave, it does parallel. So okay, so it's gonna be where I have the drop ID. Of course, it's gonna be just roughly the ID, but it's gonna start like it's gonna be like this. So like yeah, we're gonna automate that. So I'm just like I'm putting this there, but I know it's gonna like eventually be yeah, it's gonna be for late. I'm gonna work on that later. That's really good. Okay, so I'm gonna use. By the way, this I made a video about this on my channel. It's a trick I'm gonna with OTT. If because of the way that the because of the way that the effect is processing, you can hear that whenever there's some pitch shifting happening, we're kind of losing some volume here. So with the OTT compression, you can kind of bring it back. Oh, all right. That's I'm more than happy. Actually, I think I know exactly where this track is going to go. It's going to go on compilation on Alpaca Music. So I already know that. Um, so before leaving you, there January was a top month for techno, for my techno project Solar Punk. I'm looking at because I know it's available for pre-order. I did not checked it yet, but there's an EP from Shadow Wolf. Is it iPix? It's not on the app. Maybe it's just not, maybe it's just not there yet. But it's on. I'm gonna go Shadow Wolf. But yeah, anyway, because we're in techno and everything. If you feel like supporting and getting some nice techno weapon for dance floor, got something coming up actually on Shadow Wolf. It's a bit of a but and it's available as streaming links on SoundCloud. Yeah, it's right here. So yeah, it's a Cloud Razor by Elixir, and I did a remix for it, and the remix is here, a Solarpunk remix of Cloud Razor, and You can listen to it on SoundCloud. Actually, there's even a stream where I did. You can see a lot of the stuff I did on the remix. The stream is called "I'm Late." No, is it? I'm no. It's remixing. No, yeah, it's not. It's remixing a techno track. I have another stream called "I'm Late for This Remix," which is another remix I did. Anyway, just wanted to mention that. Kind of took a long turn. But yeah, that's I'm super happy that I like when streams turned out really well like this, because the idea was really just make some lo-fi sounding synths in Pigments. That was it, and we end up with this. Yeah, super good core for a track, and I know exactly where this is going to go. So thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to check out the Prophecy analog style wavetables. Like you can see, you can use them as wavetables, but there's also some really good analog sounding sources in there. Fractal sound as always. If you're, for some reason you're not subscribed yet to the channel, think about doing it. And I'm gonna see you in. I have a new camera coming up very soon. I think it's in 2 days. So I'm gonna start making some videos again. Because I've been really disappointed by the video quality of my. I was using my phone, but for some reason I upgraded. I did. I won't use the term upgraded. I changed my phone forcefully because I had like a Samsung. So far, my favorite one was the Samsung A Galaxy 7 for the music, not the music, but the photos and videos. And yeah, it was my favorite. But now I have the iPhone 11, and the video quality suck. Anyway, I bought a new camera. It's coming up, so there's gonna be nice videos flooding up the channel very soon. So if you're not subscribed yet, consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna see you